Hello, friends. Steve here. I have a new table that my computer is sitting on, just to have a particular angle of it. It's slightly higher, so we'll just see how it goes and how you feel about it, how I feel about it. Everybody, all three commenters can comment about it. Well, today is Thursday, um, May 15th, and Thursday is the last day of the week in the Mayan calendar. So the week starts on Friday, goes through Thursday, and this is the end of week 2 of the spectral moon of liberation. There are 13 lunar tones that keep repeating themselves. And each one of those tones is represented in the 13 moons. So we're in month 11, which is the spectral moon, and the words related to it are to dissolve, release, and liberate. It's going to be a little bit high for me, but I think I'm going to finish it up today just because I don't want to start over again, forget where I was. Okay. So liberation and dissolution, the breaking down, the dissolving, the, these, the repurposing of the energies of the world for bigger, more coherent, more works for more people than just a tiny little group. That little group right there at the top. So it's not just working for this tiny little group at the top who figured out money, how to make money. And you got to have, you got to have some power to enable you to make money, and you got to give yourself a name, like the World Bank or something, or the Federal Reserve, and then you can make money. You got to make sure other people aren't making money, your money, because then they're cutting into your money. But it's backed by nothing. Basically, it's backed by trust, and when the trust goes, money collapses, and that may be the plan. Just collapse the money, and then when you collapse the money, then people can't afford their houses. They go back to the bank. Bank holds on to them until the price goes up again, and the bank starts selling them again at interest, so they can make money off the money that they made. That's my understanding. I took economics 1 and 2, and as Father Guido Sarducci from Saturday Night Live fame said about economics is, a few years after you've taken an economics course, what you're going to remember is supply and demand. That's all you're going to remember from economics, supply and demand. And it's true. And if criminals bribe enough people and they film people doing things they probably ought not to have been doing, but they definitely don't want others to know they've been doing, then they can kind of control them somewhat, which is, I think, the state of many of the world's governments. We'll see if this slides through on the, on the parental guidance list of YouTube. Okay, that's enough of that. Today we're going to deal with the yellow conscious human. So we've had 2 days of galactic downloads, galactic energy downloads, Tuesday and Wednesday. And we're going to next Tuesday and Wednesday, we're going to have the 5th and 6th days, auspicious days of Pakal. But today is just a plain old day guided by intelligence, and we're all looking at the world to see if we can see any intelligence. And Thursdays are working with the heart chakra. So we're going to be all having a yellow cosmic human day working with the heart chakra. Yep, I can tell that if this was a little bit lower, I wish I could show you this beautiful craftsmanship. Screws and wood, basically. I can see how it would be valuable if I had a shelf to put my reading material on, but seeing that I don't, I'm just going to hold it here and look down at it. I'm not going to look down at you. I'm going to look down at the cosmic tone, tone 13, which is about enduring, putting up with, transcending, going above, and presence. Being aware of yourself and the world around you in the moment. Basically, presence. We could say without judgment, but basically, I'm not so sure that there are very many without judgment. I mean, I know it's a good thing, but I find myself just judging things fairly continuously. And then catching myself and saying, like, you know what, you don't need to judge that. So then you just let the energy off of your judgments. And then once your judgments pass, you can find out that quite possibly the other person maybe you're judging or situation you were judging is really okay. And without the judgment, then some energy can begin to move between you. And I think energy moving between people is useful. If you don't like a person's energy, then you can limit the amount of that energetic interaction you have with them. But frequently what will happen is we won't like another because they're representing us. So they're our mirror. Now it's not a white mirror day, it's a yellow human day, but it's probably the same kind of principles. Yellow relates to the south. It relates to ripening. And its area of the body is the heart, or the chakra is the heart. And it's about influencing free will and wisdom. So here's the word I love, Winklil, which is the Yucatec, a Mayan word for human being, which translates as a cosmic vibratory root. So you as a human being are a cosmic vibratory root. So your energy goes into the ground, your physical body is of the earth, and your consciousness hopefully is of the higher realms. You be the judge of that. I don't want to be judging that. I can judge myself enough. Maybe I judge myself enough that I can stop judging myself, but we'll see. We'll see how that all goes. So to have a human life is a precious opportunity. Being human grants us the ability to integrate our primal nature with our self-reflective intellect and our celestial essence. Integrate our primal nature with our self-reflective intellect and our celestial essence. That sounds quite nice. Within every human being flows the stream of wisdom from our ancestors. We influence each other by modeling our values. Maybe not everybody. Well, they do influence each other by modeling their values. Quite frequently, maybe their values aren't your values and what you'd like to see modeling. So then you look at that and go, okay, they're influencing we're influencing each other by modeling our values, but sometimes I'll hear of a person's values and I'll just go, okay, that's not how I was raised, but you're making it up as you go. All that we think, say, do, create, choose, and feel impacts those around us and contributes to the collective human consciousness, which we are in turn affected by subtly and overtly. The collective human consciousness, which we are in turn affected by subtly and overtly. All that we consider acceptable or normal merely reflects the precedents, what's gone before, that we have set for each other. So the things we've accepted, like, oh, this is okay. At one time they were like, oh, slavery is okay. That was at one point, and some people still probably feel that. There's still probably slavery going on today. And you say, what are you talking about? It was banned. Abraham Lincoln, the whole thing. And I'd say, well, it's amazing how many people are in prison, and the prison's no longer run by the country, but it's a private profit-making enterprise. And it sounds like slavery to me, but that's just a perception that I have about it. That, oh, seems like slavery. And there's slavery, on many levels going on. People forced to do something by someone who has control of what they do in the world, and they're made to do things. My sense is that's still going on. Although I might not even publish this one. It's got a little, like, we're going kind of dark today, a little bit dark, talking about government and finances and yeah. But maybe this is what you needed. Maybe the only people that will watch this are people like, I really needed to go dark with Steve today. And so we'll just go dark together a little bit, but we'll bring light into it. Hopefully. All that we consider acceptable or normal merely reflects the precedents we have set for each other. The behavior and attitudes we've inherited from our families and friends are for us to either perpetuate or to change and evolve and say, this just doesn't work for me. Doesn't fit, doesn't model my integrity. Wisdom is acquired through experimenting with our free will options. As an inner light, wisdom offers insight and foresight, guiding the choices of our lives and inspiring us to assist our greater community. Wisdom and compassion form our human wholeness. Yellow Human asks us to share our wisdom with our fellow humans, that we may in turn influence their free will towards the direction of wisdom. As Native American wisdom requests, in our every deliberation, we must consider the impact of our decisions on the next 7 generations. By design, we humans have a shared vulnerability, yet we evoke invincibility when we connect with each other and to the spirit which animates our humanity. As we see the many faces of the one humanity, may we humbly honor diversity. And this is a quote by Intiana. To be fully human means to know myself first as an essence of divinity, and then as a player in this huge dream called life. Huge dream called life. So that is the Mayan calendar reading today, and I think that I'll do the healing field with the tarot card reading. So if you want to work with a healing field today, just go to my site, click on videos. You'll see the tarot card for today's date, May 15th. And then you can do the healing field there. And so we'll let it go at that. And we did this in 15 minutes and a certain number of seconds. And that seems kind of fast seems like I've been averaging about 20 minutes. Well, let's make some good changes today. Let's model and influence integrity and influence each other by the way we live in a way that feels right according to the whole picture. All right, now let's go.